Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the 5th episode of the SuperNova Show! And I am your host, Colton Roberts. It's been a very interesting day. Today, in prep for the Royal Rumble match this Sunday, we're doing a wrestling draft with three of my cast tonight. They're all great people, and I want you guys to learn a little bit about them. Now, the first person I'm going to bring on is Mr. Aston. What's up, Aston?
Hey, how's it going?
Can't complain. It's been a very interesting day. I know you have your daughter here. She wants to say something to the stream.
Yeah, she just wanted to be live on YouTube for a few seconds. Say hello, Sydney.
Hi.
All right.
All right.
Well, getting kids into the internet, that's always
All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
But yeah, and then that's all good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Me and you work together. Let's not disclose the company that we work for, so that you accidentally get us in trouble with HR.
That's true. I'm Aston Gregory. 38 years old. I'm married with 3 kids. Like to play video games and watch wrestling in my spare time.
Yeah, I see the WWE Network up in your on that TV behind you.
Oh yeah.
So how do you feel about this entire WWE selling their network to NBC thing?
Well, at first I was a little sad because I'm not really sure, what the price will be on the Peacock or whatever network it's going to. Because I've been with the network since day one.
Yeah. What I read was it's going to be $4.99 a month for the stuff, or you can get but it will have ads, or you can get the ad-free option for $9.99, which means you get all the NBC stuff as well for all that. Right. So it's the same prices that you're paying for the network now. It's just you'll be paying it via a different source, and right in time for WrestleMania. Yeah,
imagine that. Yeah, good timing.
I mean, I guess it's worth $1 billion to them, but
I'm sure.
We got the draft tonight. I'm sure you're really excited about that.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna send you to the back, and
all right, see you in a few minutes.
Mr. JB3. What's up, JB3?
Hey, what's going on, Colton? I'm excited for this draft, man. I've been actually thinking about it a little bit here and there for the last 3 weeks, and I got a couple solid picks, I think. But it's going to be a great time. I'm excited. I watch wrestling. I run a wrestling trivia league, CWT, Combat Wrestling Trivia. I watch, I talk, I do the trivia. I don't necessarily perform. I never thought about being involved in a draft. So I think that with all those 3 things combined, everything together, I may be able to do pretty well in this. So I'm going to try my best.
You run a good league. I didn't perform well in my first match.
Yeah, you
did.
From
now on, we're going to try and score more than 4 points, and that's the goal. So when the next match comes around, I'll get it. It's a good time. And this draft is going to be very interesting. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have 4 people here tonight, and it didn't work out like we were supposed to, so I have to participate, but I'm going to do this in the most fair way possible with all the rules, and I'm spinning a wheel to make sure everyone knows that it's not rigged or anything, so we got this. But I guess I'm going to move you to the back and bring out Mr. Jacob. What's up, Jacob?
How's it going?
Well, it's going. Can't complain. Just living the family life, I guess. How are you?
I'm doing well, living the lone life.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, it's been a lazy Saturday.
Now, I don't know you, so this would be an introduction for you and for our viewers and listeners. So what's up? What kind of things are you into? All that fun stuff.
I'm into movies. I play board games a lot. I just started doing that in the last year and a half. And wrestling. I love watching wrestling. I too was a part of CWT. I was a competitor, and now I'm mainly an on-screen manager role just to stay involved.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I know it was a really late notice, but thank you, JB3, for bringing you on. It's great to have you on. And of course, after the draft, we're going to do Royal Rumble predictions. So you are more than welcome to stay on for that. Or if you need to leave at any point after the draft, you good to go.
I would be more than happy to do some Royal Rumble predictions.
All right, good deal. All right, I'm gonna move everyone else back into the stream. Aston and JB3. Let's try and rearrange this. There we go. Now we got it. All right. So I'm gonna read the rules for this crazy thing. The rules for the wrestling draft. Each person can draft 10 wrestlers. They can choose from WWE, AEW, Impact, and NWA. Wrestlers will earn people points during pay-per-views or major events. So essentially, you'll gain points for the nearest event is the Royal Rumble, and then after that, it's what's the one in AEW called?
Revolution.
Oh well, they're having
and then Revolution. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get points for any named TV specials. So if NXT went like when they had Halloween Havoc, you'll get points for that. Or if you guys, any of your people played at when they had WWE Spectacular at Tuesday or whatever it was called, the Superstar Spectacle, whatever, where all the people, whatever, I don't know what it was. I didn't watch it, so. But essentially, if it has a name, you'll get points from it. If the event has a name, and you don't just get points for that wrestler. So let's say, for an example, this was back in the 90s. If you had draft Mankind, if you wrestled under Cactus Jack or Dude Love, you would also get points for that. It's the wrestler, not the character. So if, for an example of modern day times, if John Moxley, you draft John Moxley, if for some reason he got released from AEW and went back to WWE and became Dean Ambrose, you would get points for Dean Ambrose. So it's for this entire year. The draft ends on December 31st. The points do. So it's this entire year. And anytime during the year, you guys can trade superstars. It's got to be trade to be in the league. Like, you have to approve it. So obviously, you can't like send all your good people over like last minute. But yeah. So there's all that. Something. Oh well. Yeah, there's a little background.
Colton, I'm not sure if it's on my end or what. Can't hardly hear you.
Okay. That's weird. So you asked me to hear me?
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like right now.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's really annoying. But
You hear me, right?
yeah, I don't know if it's something in the background or not. So, turn down your volume just a little bit more.
Volume.
Yeah. Because it might be that you can hear it's being able to hear me. Okay. All right. So the point system is 1 point for a normal match win, 3 points for a title match win, 5 points for a world title match win, aka the WWE, the Universal, NXT, all of the women's titles, AEW, NWA, and Impact World Championships. 2 points for a title retain. So if your superstar wins by disqualification, he'll get a title retain. But let's say it's two superstars going against each other. So let's say Aston's superstar is fighting against JB3 superstar. JB3 superstar wins the match by disqualification, but Aston's retains the title. So JB3 will get the match win points, but Aston's person will get the retain points. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. 5 points for winning a specialty match, aka the Royal Rumble, the Money in the Bank, King of the Mountain, being the sole survivor at Survivor Series, etc. And during the year, you can drop 2 wrestlers, only 2 wrestlers. So if your wrestler gets hurt or he gets fired or whatever reason you decide to drop him, you don't even have to have a reason. You're just like, I don't want this person on my roster anymore. I'm getting rid of them. So you guys have any questions or anything?
If we drop someone from our roster, do we get to replace them with someone else, or is that a no-go?
No, yeah, you can immediately replace them with someone else.
Okay.
Yep, and in the case of like tag teams can be split up, or you can draft a team as your pick. So let's say you pick up the Young Bucks. Your first pick would be Nick Jackson, and your second pick would be Matt Jackson. Is that right? All right, so it would be those 2 picks. Or you could try and, you could try and like be schemy and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna pick Matt Jackson this turn," and then wait a few turns and try and pick up Nick. But someone could also like swerve you and take the other, because technically, since you have 2 superstars in the match, if they win, you get double points. So that's how that works for multi-man matches. Is as long as there's multiple winners, obviously, then you'll get points for all of the wins. Like at Hard to Kill, if you had Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, you would have got 3 sets of points for them being Rich Swann and company. That kind of ordeal. So, does anyone have any questions?
So, like, if I pick a tag team, like, let's say I wanted to pick them together, that would immediately, automatically take my pick. I would have already picked my second pick already as well. Like, let's say that my first pick is a tag team, and I pick that tag team, then for the next round I would sit out because I already had my pick locked, right?
Correct. And technically, you can draft a faction if you wish, as long as the faction has an official name. So let's say, for an example, you want to draft the Inner Circle. That would be your first 7 picks. You could do that if you would want to. I don't know why anyone would, but you could do that. I don't know why anyone would do that, but if you wanted to, I'm not going to prevent anyone from doing that. So as long as the faction has an official name, like not like a fan-made name, like it has to be like they actually call it on the show a thing. So as long as that's the case, you can pick up the faction. So yeah, I think that's all I got on the list. If anyone has any questions, they're more than happy. You'll have 1 minute to make your draft pick, I'll be leaving it up on my phone the entire time. I'll try. Like if I forget to if I lower it because I'm thinking, because if it's my round, I might do that. But I'm gonna try and keep this phone. And once it passes 60 seconds, I'll say your pick. Or if you want to say I know who I'm drafting beforehand, if you already got all that up, you can just be like, hey, don't start the timer. This is who I'm choosing. It's really up to you. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here. And I've got everyone's name on here. Oh, Aston, someone's disappeared. Let's see. All right. All right. So there's that. And I'm going to do this so you can see that the wheel was already primed. All right. This doesn't count.
This does not count?
No, that does not count. Sorry, Aston. Once I go over there, I'll click an advanced option, and it will make it where it's removed after the round. So just showing y'all that that's on there. So if your name disappears, that's the reason why. Okay, so this will be the first spin. And go. Who gets the first pick? All right, JB3 will get the first pick. All right, now let's go again. The second pick. Jacob will get the second pick.
Okay.
All right. Aston will get the third pick. And I, by default, get the fourth pick. I'm not going to waste your time and spin that.
Come on, spin your name.
It's not official unless you spin the wheel, right?
Oh, well. All right. So, JB3, I'm going to get you up on the clock.
I don't need a clock, to be honest with you. And I just have to say this. I'm speaking with Aston in the short time. I'm going to apologize to him right now because my first pick is Kenny Omega.
All right, let me write that down. And I forgot to mention.
I had to do it because
this is my surprised face.
Okay. Jacob, your first round pick. Do you want the full? All right, we got the full minute on there.
Yeah, I'm while you were talking, I was thinking between, 4 guys that I wanted to take. I didn't know what position I was going to be at, but I think my pick is going to be Roman Reigns.
All right. All right. Aston, your minute has started.
Okay. So I guess that leaves me with Drew McIntyre.
What? Could anyone hear what he just said?
I think he said Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre, my speakers,
yep, he did.
the volume, I can't hear you guys. Probably not. I can't figure.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre.
Yep. Drew Mac. Yep. That's who he said.
Okay.
Look at these.
All right. So, start my minute. Let's think about this. I'm gonna go. Darby Allin. All right, and since it's a snake draft, I go first in the second round. So my minute has begun, and I will choose Biggie.
Both of my next picks. Are you serious?
Austin, you have 1 minute, and if you're not able to, if we're not able to hear you, you can go to the private chat over there and put your pick in. It should be over there. Yeah, it's Aston's turn.
Okay. Yeah. You guys hear me?
Barely.
I think Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley?
Nice pick.
Okay, Jacob, your 1 minute.
Oh, man. This is tough. You took both of the guys I was considering for my next pick. I will take Sasha Banks.
All right, and your minute, JB3?
Okay, so I am a little bit stuck here on what if I want to make the risk and wait. Even though, are we spinning again after this?
No, we're just going.
So I get 2 turns. Okay,
Yeah, you'll go here, and then you'll go at the beginning of the third round.
that makes things a lot easier. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with my gut on this because I know the WWE, and this pick is gonna be Charlotte Flair.
All right. Okay. Your minute for your first round or your first pick of the third round.
Okay. Okay, yep. So I'm ready. So for this pick, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the tag team of the Young Bucks.
Okay. All right. So you will not go for the round 4. I have to remember that.
Which works
All right. So Jacob, your minute has begun.
All right. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in this pick. I'm going to go Cody Rhodes.
Okay. And Aston.
I think the pick I couldn't hear. My volume messed up with the last 2 picks. I can hear you, Colton, a little better.
Okay. Give me a second. See if you can. Do you have your phone readily available? Yeah. Do you have your phone?
You have your phone.
See if you can go on the link there. Technical difficulties. They're the best, right?
Always.
Lovely.
Okay. I'm gonna pick
Okay.
Biggest choice.
Solid choice.
Very solid choice.
Okay. Yeah, I just sent you a message, Aston. See if that could work potentially better for you. Okay, my minute is up. I'm going Daniel Bryan. Okay, and now my first pick of the 4th round. Start there. Let's see. I'm gonna go Rich Swann. All right, Aston. Let me reset this time, and your minute has begun.
Okay. I'm going to go with. I don't think I heard anyone say this name. I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt.
All right. All right. Jacob, in your minute, you're on the clock.
I've been thinking, and I got to go with the tag team. I'm going to take a risk and only draft one member of the Street Profits, and that is Angelo Dawkins.
Okay. And of course, JB3, you picked, the Young Bucks. So either one of the Jacksons is your 4th round pick. Now your 5th round, your first pick of your 5th round, and you got a minute.
Got a couple choices here. I gotta, let's see. There's a lot of choices. So I'm going to take. Man, okay. So this is a tough. I got time. I got time on the clock. So I'm torn between two right now. It's very difficult to judge who's going to have a better year. I'm just going to go on the whim and just do it. Kevin Owens.
Okay. Oh, dear Lord. All right. Jacob, you've got a minute.
All right, now with WWE, are we counting NXT as well?
Yes.
Finn Balor.
That was who I was. That was my clue.
Did you get that?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was super distracted with something. All right. Aston.
pick. I couldn't hear him.
What?
What was his pick?
Finn Balor.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to go with. I think she's still available. Is Alexa Bliss? Is that still available? Alexa
Okay.
Bliss.
Who?
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Not a bad shot at all.
Okay. Man. I haven't chose any females yet. So let's start my minute and try to remember how to spell her name. I'm going to have to write it in just a second. The Mrs. the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. Okay. Sure. All right. So after we are 5 rounds in, I'm going to give 5 minutes for people to discuss if they would like to conduct any trades for your first 5 among your first 5 picks. If not, then we will begin. And I will begin the 5 minutes right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you want me to read off everyone's picks? That's probably a good idea too.
Be a nice reminder.
Okay. JB3 has Kenny Omega, Charlotte Flair, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Kevin Owens. Jacob has Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, Cody, Angelo Dawkins, and Finn Balor. Aston has Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss. And I have Darby Allin, Big E, Daniel Bryan, Rich Swann, and Bianca Belair. Also, yeah, I could have just, but my handwriting looks like a 4-year-old's. But yep, that's our first 5 rounds. We're about halfway done, gentlemen. So, and we got about 3 minutes and 46 seconds of this agency period, we'll call it here. If anyone wants to make any trades, they can now.
Interesting.
Pretty happy with my 5 selections so far.
I kind of am as well with mine. I mean, I probably could make a trade with you, Jacob. I see a trade that could possibly happen, but I don't know.
Well, you don't know unless you ask.
Well, I'm considering maybe possibly asking if you want to trade Sasha Banks, because I kind of want Sasha Banks, and I'm willing to give up Charlotte Flair for Sasha Banks.
Sorry about that. It's tempting. WWE does like to book Charlotte in a lot of title matches.
That's what I was thinking when I picked her.
I
just love Sasha Banks.
I think Banks is going to hold the title for a while, though. So
it's a good possibility. You're not wrong on that thing.
I'm gonna have to decline that for right now.
That's fair. What about
But
you,
it is
Ashton? Are you solid?
Let's see. Okay, so Aston is asking me how to do this on his phone, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Does he have Messenger?
Yep, I figured it out. All right, so
Copy link.
Aston just
And I tried to open it in Safari. I mean,
Good.
you guys out.
all right. So
We assigned us for
I'll show you verbatim from the phone. You have an iPhone, right? Okay, you watching? All right, so you'll click on the link.
can't see it.
Oh crap! Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll just walk you through it. Can you hear me? Okay, so you'll click on the link, and then it opens a page that says "Open this page in Safari." And then you'll go to, it should say copy the page link, hit copy link, and then open your Safari app, and then open a new site and put paste and go. And that's the time. I'm going to give us an extra 2 minutes because we were talking about this stuff. But can you figure it out? Oh, there you are. All right, so that is so much better. Take it off your laptop. And let me move you.
The other one out.
Yes. We're in the house.
Okay, so I'm gonna give us an extra 2 minutes on the clock because we were trying to figure that out.
Okay, I can hear. Awesome.
All right.
Sorry, but
Oh, it's all good. We can hear you. That's great. All right. So, Ashton, you want to make any trades?
I believe I'm good, guys. I think I'll stay with what I got.
Okay. And good. All right. Well, then we'll start off with the 6th round, and I have to look something up, but it's gonna start my 1 minute. I gotta figure out how to spell any of these people's names.
Got some pretty good picks so far, everyone.
It's been pretty solid.
Yes. Did you guys catch SmackDown last night?
I seen the end of it. That was pretty cool when the Raw invaded.
I haven't watched yet. I got it recorded though.
I had to like rewatch it, a couple like parts of it, because I was falling asleep last night trying to watch it.
Right.
Okay, I choose. With 3 seconds left, I choose Asuka because I did not have enough time to look up the people I was wanting to do. So,
Good pick.
all right, Aston, it's your turn.
I'm gonna take a risk on this person because I have a good feeling they're gonna do some big things here pretty soon. I'm gonna go with the rated R superstar, Edge.
All right, Edge. Very good. With 60 seconds on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna go with the guy. I think he's just gonna pick up a lot of wins this year. I don't think he's gonna win many titles, but I think he's just gonna rack up wins. And I'm gonna go with Cesaro.
All right, JB3, you are now on the clock.
I am now on the clock. Okay, so let's see. How much time do I got left?
30 seconds.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with Johnny Gargano.
All right, so I'll be honest with you. Now that it can't happen, that was going to be my pick. I was going to pick all the way, but I could not figure out how to spell all their names. So, and I did not have enough time to look each individual person up. But now you took the obstacle out of my way, so I don't have to worry about it.
All right. So,
All right, your first pick in the 7th round. And you're on the clock, AB3.
all right. My pick in this one is going to be my dark horse. I've been calling big things for this particular female NXT wrestler, and I think that 2021 is going to be her year. She already pinned the NXT Women's Champion on a pay-per-view, and that was War Games when she pinned Io Shirai. My pick is Raquel Gonzalez.
All right, Jacob, you are on the clock.
It's very interesting, JB3, because my pick is Tony Storm.
I like that.
All right, Aston, you are on the clock.
Okay, can you show me the picks again? I'm not sure if this person was taken earlier when I couldn't really hear. Could you show me the board? Okay, so if I'm thinking right, is Rhea Ripley? I don't see her on there.
She is still available.
You want?
Yep, I pick. I think she's going to really do some big things since she's been moved up to the main roster.
I hope so.
Sure, she'll debut in the Rumble. They've been kind of holding off on that, seems like.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so since we're picking NXT people, I'm gonna pick Io Shirai. And yep, it's my pick, but I have to take a picture of this board and erase it and start again. So give me a minute, and we'll. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do my pick so y'all can think about it. I choose Chris Jericho.
You took one of mine. Actually thinking about taking him.
All right. Aston, now that I've got my board erased, only Chris Jericho's on there, so if you ask that question again, I won't be able to help you. Aston, you are on the clock.
Okay. Once again, go with someone, and if someone's picked him, you can tell me because I couldn't hear earlier. But I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman.
All right.
Good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jacob, and you are on the clock.
All right, I'm picking this guy just in hopes that he gets a push this year, and I'm gonna go with Keith Lee.
Oh.
Shit. How in the world did Keith Lee get picked in the 8th round?
Yeah. JB3, you are on the clock.
All right, so I have a couple options here. Not a host. All right, so as much as I don't like this guy, I'm gonna pick him because he's undefeated, and I think he's gonna stay undefeated in 2021. He has some inactivity, but when it counts, he wins. He's such a dick. MJF.
You definitely did. But he's
All right, and then you're on the clock for your 9th round pick, JB3.
This one is a little bit easier for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Jungle Boy.
Your last 2 picks put on a great match, by the way. I still love that match.
All right, Jacob.
I'm very surprised this guy is still available in the 9th round. I'm gonna go with Randy Orton.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
Randall Keith.
All right, Aston, you are on the clock.
Oh my goodness. Man, I'm really torn now. I don't know. I'm not really sure if this person's been picked. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone already picked Karrion Kross.
No.
I'm going with him.
And I am surprised he did not make it he made it to the 9th round. I am going with John Moxley.
Oh man, really? Exactly. Yep. Very good pick.
Yeah.
And the start of the 10th round, I have 1 minute. This one's harder. I am going to make a road pick because no one. I am choosing Goldberg.
Okay.
Enjoy those 2 matches a year.
Yeah, but there's a good shot that he might win the championship on Sunday.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
If he
They're always
doesn't-
big matches.
If he doesn't, I'll drop him after Sunday. All right, Aston, you have a minute.
Is that me?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with a person that, let's just hopefully the person's coming back as well. And I think no one said this name. The architect, Seth freaking Rollins. I believe he's gonna come back at the Rumble.
All right. Jacob, with your last pick of the draft.
There are so many names going through my head right now. I'm going to pick another guy I think is just going to rack up wins this year. I'm going to go Shinsuke Nakamura.
Man.
He crossed my mind a couple of pick him, but he might win the Rumble again.
It's very possible, yeah.
All right, and the last pick of the draft. You have 1 minute, JB3.
Should I wait? Should I think about it? Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just go with it. Aston. I was gonna pick Nakamura. And Aston said something that really made me think. He said Seth Rollins. So my pick is the man, Becky Lynch.
JB3, honest to goodness, I was torn between the husband and the wife. Yep. I think they're both coming back at the Rumble.
It's not a bad call.
All right, that's the end of the draft. So now I will give us a 5-minute timer. If you wish to trade, or during these 5 minutes, you may decide you can drop one of your wrestlers for free, and then you can. The first person to put the name in the private chat to our right gets. So if 2 people want to say, let's get John Cena. Aston and JB want John Cena. They both say, hey, I'm dropping this person. And then in the private chat, they put who they want to drop or who they want to pick up. Or if you guys just want to do trades, and I'll read off who everyone chose before we do that. All right. So, JB3 chose Kenny Omega, Charlotte Flair, Nat Jackson, Nick Jackson, Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, Rachel Gonzalez, Mr. MJF, Jungle Boy, and then Becky Lynch. Jacob chose Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, Cody, Angelo Dawkins, Finn Balor, Cesaro, Tony Storm, Keith Lee, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Aston chose Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, Edge, Rhea Ripley, Braun Strowman, Karrion Kross, and Seth Rollins. And I chose Darby Allin, Big E, Daniel Bryan, Rich Swann, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Io Shirai, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, and Goldberg. So we're going to start the 5 minutes, and it's begun. Someone wants to trade. If you want to, you forgot someone in the middle of the draft, and you're like, "Ooh, I want that person." Drop one of your people if you want.
Oh, there's plenty of people I want. I just don't know if I drop anybody that I already have. There are a few names I was surprised I didn't hear.
I totally forgot about John Moxley. For some
Yeah,
reason.
I was waiting till the end. I was like, if no one picks him, I'm gonna pick him. And then I was like, cool, I have 2 picks in a row. Well, if Sunday happens and Goldberg wins, this might actually be a good pick. If it's not, after Sunday, I'll drop him. So,
Yeah, my last pick, I was torn between Nakamura and Bailey.
yeah, man, there's so many, like, I'm trying to think, is there any champions we left on the table?
Oh yeah,
we-
the FTW champ, the Impact Tag champs, X Division champ.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody picked the Hurt Business.
Wow, he picked Lashley.
Well, Lashley, yeah, but
Yeah, no one.
tag.
Yeah.
Did the Private Party? Did someone take Private Party? Oh,
Nope.
okay. I think I'm.
So, anyone want to do any trades? Or I think we got all the world champions except Nick Aldis. I think that's the only one no one chose. I think we got all the others. We got Kenny Omega, we got Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Rich Swann, Finn Balor, Asuka, Io Shirai, Sasha. No one picked the AEW Women's World Champion.
No hurt feelings.
I tend to forget it.
Yeah,
I tend to forget about AEWs. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and no one picked Nick Aldis either. But yeah. But I think we got it all when it comes to World Championship points. We got all that down.
I tend to forget about AEW's women's division sometimes.
Kind of like right now.
Who was their women's champion again? Sheeta.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Would have been a good pick.
I think Red Velvet.
She's good.
All right. We got 1minute and 15 seconds before the official end of the draft. And then we'll move on to predictions for the Royal Rumble. I'm going to go ahead and Google the Royal Rumble. You can have the matches pulled up.
Yeah, I'm solid. I guess I'm just trying to think if there's anybody that I forgot.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the draft overall. I think we've all got solid lineups.
Definitely got good options.
Yeah.
So, Aston, was your first pick going to be Kenny Omega? Because I had a feeling your first pick was going to be Kenny Omega.
Oh, when he's done the spinner again, when I couldn't hear you guys, I thought he spun it and I got the first pick, and yes, I was going with Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I had a feeling that we were thinking similar because I've had him in my mind for since I knew about it. I was like, that's going to be my first pick.
I had 10 minutes to prepare, so I wasn't sure who I was going to take.
Yeah, same. I also had 10 minutes to prepare, and I'm the host of this show. If that tells you anything, I wasn't prepared to do this. That's the reason why my 10th pick Goldberg.
Oh.
Hey, could be WWE champion, especially with the entire thing of them saying this is the only title he's ever won. I'm like, oh my lord, you're gonna do it. And I'm gonna hate every second of it. But I'll enjoy the points, so that's something. All right, so now prediction for the Royal Rumble. We'll start at the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha Banks versus Carmella.
Hands down, she's not losing the belt. I don't think.
Yeah. I got to pick Sasha too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Sasha.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, well, Jacob's going to get 5 points for that one. So, good work. But all right, Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team Championships, which no one drafted Nia or Shayna. At least me and JP3 both drafted Asuka and Charlotte. So what do we think there?
I think me and you are going to get 5 points.
Now, honestly, I don't. I think that's going to be the big split, and they'll lose the belts, and then that will be what Charlotte goes after Asuka for Mania.
Yeah, I think.
Interesting.
That's what I think. Or they continue this entire Lacey Evans and Ric Flair having sex storyline, and Lacey comes out and that costs them. I don't think they're leaving the Rumble as champions. But
I think you're onto something. I don't think it happens at the Rumble though. I think Charlotte and Asuka do retain, but that happens, in the build up to WrestleMania. I think that's the match is Charlotte and Asuka again.
yeah, I think so as well. But I think they will probably get over the little Lacey Evans hump. But all right, Aston, what do you think?
I kind of agree with Jacob, what he's saying.
All right. So Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg in a singles match for the WWE Championship. This is me versus Aston for 5 big points.
Honestly, Colton, I don't see Drew losing the belt. I think the Miz and John Morrison getting involved somehow, and it turns into maybe a tag team at the next pay-per-view or something. Goldberg and versus and John Morrison. I mean, I could be wrong. Something. I don't think Goldberg's going to win, but there's something crazy going to happen. He tries to cash in, or the Miz tries to cash in.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering is during the draft, none of us tried to draft Miz, even though he's more than likely guaranteed the championship before Money in the Bank, because I don't think they're going to screw up the entire Money in the Bank thing again, since they already did once, and the fans hated it, so they gave it back to him. But I gotta somewhere down deep. I don't want Goldberg to win, but I think he's going to.
Yeah, I mean that's big time money Goldberg. He doesn't come back unless it's for the belt, and he belt every time. So it's all about the money.
Yeah, I hate that I'm saying this, but Goldberg.
I mean, I like Goldberg. Don't get me wrong. I loved him in WCW, but there's a time, when it's time to let the young guy on and do some great things. But a certain over WWE, he's not going to let that happen until I guess he passes the Triple H completely.
Yeah. All right. So JB3.
As much as this would be the time for them to have Goldberg win with no fans, but I don't think they can do it. I think Drew lost it to Randy. I think that is enough of him losing it. I'm hoping that Goldberg goes for the spear and he gets Claymored and it knocks him out so hard, and then he gets pinned immediately. That's the way I see it going. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Goldberg got the win. It is Vince McMahon we're talking about here. So
Yep. All right. So Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match, WWE Universal Championship. Who do you guys got? This is Jacob versus JB3 here. So just to put it in context.
I got Kevin Owens.
I want to say Kevin Owens. I think he is I think he's having like the best time of his career right now. In WWE anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm going Roman Reigns.
Let me.
All right, Aston.
And Colton already knows this. I'll tell it again. I think Kevin Owens wins, and I think Roman Reigns will enter the Rumble, and he'll be number 30. But Jey Uso will be the one he'll tell him that I'm taking your spot, and he'll be in the Rumble, and then he could possibly win it that way and get another shot at WrestleMania.
I can see that happening.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen because Roman is on fire right now. It's the best he's ever done, and I don't want him to. I don't want to see him lose yet. He needs to stay champion. So I say Roman Reigns, but I could totally see this is WWE that we're talking about here, the same company that had John Cena duct tape Batista's legs to the mat so he couldn't get up. So if Kevin Owens wins, I think it will be something like that. I don't think they will have Roman stay down for the 10 count legitimately because it will absolutely invalidate the last 6 months. So if Kevin Owens wins, it's going to be like that.
I mean, unless Kevin Owens does it creatively and put something on top of him.
Yeah, that could work. As long as it keeps Roman strong, I'm completely cool with it. If he flat out I don't
That could be strong.
Yeah.
Some big Titantron or something.
Yeah. All right. The Women's Royal Rumble match. Who do we got?
Have you heard about what they're doing? They're going to have a match to determine the number 30 entrance for the Women's Rumble. And the original plan was to reveal the 30th entry for the men's, but the fans totally, they backlashed on that, so they changed it all up again. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So now,
Who in the world?
Man, I'm torn between two.
I successfully predicted the 2019 Rumble.
I mean, who didn't?
I've got
Yeah.
Fair. But considering the fact that she wasn't in the Rumble,
so
All right.
Rhea Ripley. I think she's going to win the Rumble.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Jacob, JB3, give us your opinion.
I know who I'm going to win. I think the same person who won when I predicted it in 2019. The man, Becky Lynch. She's going to show up in the Rumble. She's going to win the Rumble. She's going to go to WrestleMania to face someone. hopefully Asuka, because I'm sorry, I know I picked Charlotte, but that's a match that needs to happen again. So
Honestly, I'd rather see her because I don't think we've ever seen her face up. Or maybe we have.
she did at the 2019 Royal Rumble. She tapped out. That's why. And then she tapped out to Asuka, and then she entered the Royal Rumble later on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if she's ever fought Sasha.
Sasha?
Yeah.
Who, Becky?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Becky.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell 2019. I believe.
Yeah, that's right when she had just returned, right? With the purple or with the blue hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Colton, getting one person that I almost picked, but what if Ronda Rousey comes back?
Man. She could. She could.
Wearing the shirt. And when you were gonna choose Bray Wyatt, like he had an entire bit where he was gonna put on the gloves and listen. He didn't do it.
I did do it. Must have. I did actually do it. But you must have. It must have.
Froze up.
Delayed.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it at all. So, okay. I think Bianca is winning, but it's really hard to doubt people like Charlotte and stuff because they want her to be her father, but better.
There you go.
Also, I could totally see Alexa Bliss winning, since you already have those gloves up, but I don't know. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm still torn. I'm not confident in this pick, but I do think it'll be Alexa Bliss. I think Bliss is winning.
All right. And last but not least, unless they add stuff midway through the show, the 30-man Royal Rumble match. So, what you guys think?
Well, we already know what Aston thinks.
I got to say that.
He locked in his pick already.
I've got Daniel Bryan.
See,
I think Daniel Bryan.
They're building him up to fail. They always do, right? Here lately, it seems like the last when Bray Wyatt eliminated him, and you're thinking, was he supposed to throw him out? Was he supposed to win out then? I still think he wasn't supposed to win out yet.
But yeah, no, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna come in at number 2 and go the distance. I think he's winning the whole thing from number 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be AJ Styles. I would like to choose Daniel Bryan because I have him drafted to give me points, but I think it's going to be AJ Styles, and I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope it's Daniel Bryan, but they've been doing this entire thing of you have to beat AJ to get into the Royal Rumble match, blah blah blah. And they kind of made it too obvious on SmackDown because he came out and Daniel Bryan came out and said the one thing he's never won is Royal Rumble. And they don't normally telegraph like that unless they are intending you to not think that's who it is. So they don't really do that. They don't tell you what's going to happen unless it's not going to happen. But that's my opinion. I think it's going to be AJ Styles.
I would have to agree. My pick is also AJ Styles. And the reason I picked him was pretty much everything you said. Plus, one other big point is that they have kept AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre separated for the entire year of 2020. And I think that they did that on purpose because they wanted WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles. Actually, wait, did they? No, they wrestled each other, didn't they?
Didn't they fight at TLC?
They did fight at TLC. Never mind. My pick's not AJ Styles anymore. Dang it. Forgot about that. It's because of the Miz.
Yeah.
I blame the Miz. Sorry, I'm going to change my pick. Now it's Keith Lee. That was my other pick, Richard.
Yeah.
Is he going to be?
All right,
Is he going to be in the Rumble?
I would hope so.
Because did you heard that Mia Yim tested positive, right?
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think the news came out today or last night or something. So.
Yeah. I have two.
I hope they're all right.
I have a dark horse pick. I think Mustafa Ali, because he's going to have all of Retribution break in and eliminate people for him. And I think something very similar with AJ is if he gets thrown out, Omos will just catch him and put him back in and continuously do that tonight. And yeah, I still pick AJ Styles, and I think unless Goldberg wins the championship, if they do Goldberg winning the championship, then I have no prediction for the men's Rumble because I have no idea what they're thinking. I've heard reports that they want John Cena to come back and fight Goldberg for the title at Mania, but good Lord, I hope that's not true. Good Lord. Well, one I've heard is they've wanted Cena to break the record for a long time, but also
because of what Jacob said about the COVID thing, I'm gonna finalize a pick now. I want to finalize my because I didn't know that he might not be there. So my final pick for the Royal Rumble winner is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
I don't. He's not.
if that happens, 100%, I'm gonna make a group chat with everyone, and since I'm not friends with Jacob on Facebook, maybe three you add him to it. I'll make it a group chat with the four of us so we can discuss it during the Rumble. If that happens, maybe three, good. I'm gonna strangle you through the internet. But all right, so since we have this entire year with, I'm gonna ask you guys predictions for the year. Who do you think, who has never won a world championship, who will be a first-time world champion in wrestling this year?
Big E.
That's fair.
I think at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's who I pick as well. I think Big E is gonna go on, and even though again I don't want to see anyone beat Roman. I think this head of the table storyline is way too good, and they need to continue with it until they get people back, and then he can face The Rock, because that's the head of that family. If he beats The Rock, that will show that he's legit, and he'll get booed out of the building if he beats Rock, and for good reasons. instead of like when he was supposed to be a face and he got booed out of the building. He'll get booed out of the building for actual like heel reason, not for whatever. And then you can have a hero come around and beat him. But I don't think anyone needs to beat Roman until that can happen. But who knows when that will happen because of the pandemic, so they may have to improvise.
That's a great question.
Yeah, like I think Biggie. Yeah,
Because like I would say MJF, but I don't think he's gonna do it until next year.
yeah, because I don't think anyone's beaten Kenny. Like I told Aston this, I was like, Kenny needs to go around to each of the major promotions, and besides WWE, of course, and like win their world title.
How many points is that man gonna rack up for me?
Yeah, like I'm gonna hate that because yeah, it will get you points, but he needs to go around and collect belts because like him and what's his face, what's his name, his manager dude now, whatever, Don
Callis.
Yeah, he said he was gonna go on belt collecting, so he's probably gonna beat Rich Swann, which I'm not gonna like because I've drafted Rich Swann. But eventually, people are going to get their belts back. So when all the promotions team up on AEW, it will look great for AEW, but people are going to have to win their belts back. So maybe we're going to get his belt back. But
let's just hope it. Let's hope it happens next January.
yeah. But yeah, I think that's good. I think we're gonna shoot our farewell now. I'm gonna drop JB3 and Jacob back so I can talk to Aston. So Aston, what did you think of the stream? What did you think of the show? I know you had a little technical difficulties there, but besides that, what did you think?
It was pretty cool. I'd like to do it again maybe sometime.
Oh, most definitely. We'll definitely have you on. I normally ask people if they have anything to plug or whatever before they leave, but you don't have any like shows on the internet. You probably don't want people looking up your family and stuff. So, yeah. So what you think of this draft? Who do you think's got the best?
By far, JB3's #1 pick. That's the big winner, Kenny Omega. It's gonna be a lot of points right there, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping. I really think my pick, Edge. I think he's back and he'll be on the major pay-per-views, and I think he could even win the Rumble. Who knows? Edge could win. He'll have one more title run in him before he retires again, I think. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think some big things are going to happen this year. It's going to be a good time. Come Monday morning, I'll probably be dropping a person from my roster almost immediately, but we'll see. I hope I'm dropping a person from my roster, unless they do something dumb.
I think you.
They do. I'm sorry you didn't get any points, but Ashley, I'm going to send you to the back, and I'm going to bring out Mr. JB3. Yeah. So, thank you for coming back. You can come back anytime you want to. Just let me know.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, JB3, how you doing?
Great. I got lucky with that spin, and yeah, I had that feeling in my gut. I said it before we started. I think that me and Aston had the same pick, and I mean, I could tell he's a smart wrestling fan because anybody who's anybody would pick Kenny Omega if they know what he's got coming up this year, what we all predict. So Kenny Omega, I think I'm going to rack a lot of points. I'm very excited about that. I'm happy to have the Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Also, I was going to pick them right away, but I got lucky because of the snake draft again. So I was able to pick Charlotte and then turn around and get my tag team. With Charlotte, I really think she's gonna do some things. She always does. She's gonna, we got a whole year. I mean, I can only imagine she's probably gonna beat her dad's record by the end of the year. I just feel like there's a lot of points in that. Kevin Owens, I just feel like, this, it's gonna be. I feel like he's the one face that can hold a title. If that makes any sense. Like even with Drew, he does a good job, but it's always better with him chasing it. I think Kevin Owens is one that could really hold the title. Gargano, that's kind of more of a just like he's the North American champion, and I think that the curse is over. He's probably going to hold on to it for a while. He's got a lot of backup, a lot of help, with the way, a lot of reasons that he could stay champion against anybody. My dark horse, Raquel Gonzalez, I think she's going to be the NXT Women's Champion before the end of the year. MJF, I just think he's going to stay undefeated. Like Jacob used a lot of strategy, saying I think people's going to just rack up wins. It's going to be MJF this year, along with Jungle Boy. They kind of have the same idea with both of those guys. I think that they're just going to pick up wins. I believe Jungle Boy will be the TNT champion by the end of the year. Sorry, Darby. I love Darby, and then Becky. Becky returns. She should be, she'll be right up on top. She was on top when she left, so she'll most likely be on top. So sorry if I took too long to explain all that, but
no, you're good. I was going to ask you. So do you think that MJF will go for the tag belts with Jericho?
No. I think that's just. I think if anybody's watching Dynamite, pay attention to the things that MJF has been doing, the little sly things that he's been doing, the things that Sammy Guevara talks about. Like, I see right through you. Like MJF is turning everybody against Jericho. He doesn't just want to be in the inner circle. He wants to take over the inner circle. The inner circle started with 5. I think that two are going to get ousted out. I think Jericho's going to get gone. Sammy's going to get going. I mean, he's gained Santana's trust. He's gained Hager. Hager, when he went and checked on Hager after that loss, got some respect there. They bought, like Santana Ortiz bought him those trunks before that match on the tribute show. Like, he's slowly getting them to like him. And what has Jericho been doing? He's been on commentary. He's been doing all these other things. And Sammy has just been like, I see right through you. So it's all coming together. But yeah, I don't think he'll go for the tag titles. I think he's just going to lead the faction. And then after whoever beats Kenny Omega finally for the title, I think that's who MJF is going to finally beat for the world championship.
Yeah, I think very similar to you, but I think they will in fact win the tag team belts, and then MJF will turn on him. Because since now they're the official tag team of the Inner Circle, it makes sense if they won the belts. But who's to say, really? I mean, especially now that they've talked about if the Young Bucks go in and they win that Battle Royal, then they can choose whoever they want to face. And obviously they're going to keep it within the club. So it will probably be the Good Brothers, which I am surprised no one picked them up.
I thought about it. I just don't think Impact does. I don't think Impact does enough. I really thought about picking them up, but
they typically do a show once a month, so that you would get points for, which is so.
I mean, I do have a couple of options, so they still could be on my radar.
Yeah. But do you have anything you would like to plug there, Mr. JB3?
I mean, yeah, sure. Combat Wrestling Trivia. Just go on YouTube, search Combat Wrestling Trivia. You can check up all the old matches on Nerd Entertainment Network. There's a lot of other stuff over there too. And then now, just the Combat Wrestling Trivia YouTube channel. we're about to start the Clash of Combatants soon. Trivia for Thon 3 is coming up. Championship match. Colton, you just played. Ashton, you know a lot about wrestling. You know, there's always open room for new members on the roster. I'll just say that. Yeah, like it's a good time. If you think that you know trivia with wrestling, there's a lot of wrestling trivia out there, and I like all of them. But I will say I'm confident in my league that it's the type of league where you'd have to. It's almost like you go through a fight camp before a match. People really go hard with everything. So, yeah, I enjoy it. So yeah, check it out if you can.
All right, so I want to put a challenge out there. I know I just lost my first match in your league. If I lose my next match and Aston's interested, I'll play him.
Oh, hey, all right.
I'll put it out there. Now, of course, if my next match I win, then we'll have to see. You're going to have to rise up the ladder there, Mr. Gregory, to come at this. So you're going to have to see what's up. The real world champion here. And we'll see what's...
I love it.
That's right. But JB3, I'm going to send you to the back and bring out our final guest. What's up, Jacob?
How's it going?
Can't complain, I guess. Ready? The stream was good. It's been a good night. Compared to this was going to be the last half of the stream. The podcast was going to be about 4 hours long, and this was only going to be an hour and a half of it. The other 2.5 hours were supposed to be about some other subject, but then plans changed and they couldn't make it this week, so we're going to push that to next week. So at least I don't have to be on the computer for 4 hours on camera. That would be a rough time. So
yeah, this was a lot of fun. I was glad I was able to join.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'll make a group chat with all of us, and then if JB3 wants to add you to it, he can, or if you just want to find me on Facebook under Colton Roberts, we'll figure it out. But yeah, do you have anything that you want to plug or anything? I don't know what you got going on in the internet space.
Yeah, I'm over at Combat Wrestling Trivia too. I don't compete, but I manage a faction on screen. We're called The Real Deal. And really I'm it's just an on-screen role. Really, the two guys I manage don't really need it. They're pretty good competitors. Michael Turner and Brandon Rutledge both have competed for titles before already, so it's just something fun for me. I like talking wrestling, and so it's another place to do it. And also over at Nerd Entertainment Network, I actually got a show starting tomorrow. It's called Real Talk with the Real Deal, and it's just me and the guest talking movies for who knows how long. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, that's good. Well, I hope our listeners and viewers go check that out. Check out all the stuff we've plugged tonight. So, would you like to come back on the SuperNova show again?
Yeah, if you'll have me. I had a lot of fun tonight. So.
Yeah. I know we'll probably do another draft update before Mania. So that's 2 months away. But of course, if there's anytime you guys want to have a wrestling edition of the show, we can do that. I've got the show planned out for pretty much the entire year, but I can always make things work. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move you to the back and get us out of here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching the 5th edition of the SuperNova show. Follow all my guests at the places that they plugged. But also, you can follow me at Colton Roberts 8 on Twitter, and you can follow the show at @supernova_show on Twitter as well. We'll have another show next week. We're going to be recapping the Movie Trivia Schmodown draft and the free agency special and talking to some of the people. We'll have the SuperNova Show championship. That will be the vacant title since Amaro Moses got drafted into the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So he'll have to vacate the championship. And also next week, we will be talking about the first 4 episodes of WandaVision. We'll be talking about Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, and the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's the plan for next week. So come join in. I can't wait. We got a big show for next week. We had a big show today. We had this awesome draft. Thank you so much to all my guests for being here this evening, for making the time. It was a great time. Thank you. Have a good time.